What's happening, YouTube? It's Simon 466 Cards, and today we're going to talk about a looming problem in the baseball card market. Right now, vibes are great in both baseball and the baseball card market, and I have some data to show that to you. On your screen is a page from Baseball Reference showing average attendance and total attendance for the last 30 odd years. And you can see the average attendance this year is 29,247. I am recording this on September 14th, 2 weeks before the season ends. And this 29,247 is very close to the average attendance last year, 2024, where it was 29,373. These 2 years mark the highest attendance since 2017, when it was just a hair under 30,000. And so having attendance reach highs from 7-8 years ago, that's pretty good. That's before the pandemic. And it's not just attendance that shows that, right? If we go to this article from MLB.com on June the 3rd, you can see that it again talks about TV viewership, and MLB on Fox is plus 10% versus last year. ESPN's MLB coverage has increased 22% last year, and it marks the most watched MLB season on ESPN to this point in 8 years since 2017, which matches up what we see here in terms of the attendance almost reaching what it was in 2017. So both of these things are saying vibes are good in baseball. Baseball popularity has recovered since the pandemic and has reached kind of a new high. And I think a lot of the rule changes that we've made over the last few years have contributed to that. The same is true of the baseball card market. I am using market movers. They have indices for various years of the baseball card market. You can see I have selected 2000 to 2009, 2010 to 2017, 18 to 20, and then 21 to 23. And over the last 365 days, you can see that the card markets are up 7.8%, 6.7%, 11.9%, and 10.2%. So good times all around for the baseball card market. Although one could definitely argue that this is also a reflection of the current card boom, and it's not just specific to baseball. But this is all a long way of saying that right now in both baseball and the baseball card market, the vibes are good. Things are going well. And yet there's a problem that lies ahead. And I don't think that it's being properly accounted for in the baseball card market. I don't think this risk of this thing I'm going to talk about is being properly included in people's purchases of baseball cards. And that is a possible lockout after the 2026 season. This is a YouTube page, Nothing Personal with David Sampson. And if you're not sure who David Sampson is, he was the president of the Miami Marlins from 2002 to 2017. And so he's been in the game for a very long time as a very senior executive. And what do you see on your screen? 7 months ago, dangerously close to moving towards a lockout. Talking about lockout here. MLB lockout, the league is telling us it will happen. The MLB is heading for a lockout in 2026. And this again is from someone who worked as a president of a team for 15 years. He knows how these things work. Another sign that a lockout is coming is this. This is from July 28th, where I'm just going to read this to you. Philadelphia Phillies star Bryce Harper stood nose to nose with Rob Manfred, who is the commissioner of Major League Baseball, during a meeting between the MLB commissioner and the team last week, telling him to get the F out of our clubhouse if Manfred wanted to talk about the potential implementation of a salary cap. And a salary cap is going to be the key issue in these CBA negotiations that happen after the 2026 season. So that's how the players feel. How do the owners feel? Well, here's an article where the Orioles owner literally says he wishes MLB would have a salary cap, like the way the other sports do. And so the owners want a salary cap. And the players clearly have no intention to say yes to a salary cap, which is why David Sampson is saying a lockout is coming. And if we go back to the last major lockout, which was in 1994, what happened to attendance? Well, let's go back to this page. Attendance was at a significant high. You can see in 1982, it was 21,000, 22,000, 24, 26, 27, 30,000 in 1993. So they were at a significant high in baseball attendance. 1994 was the year of the lockout, 31,000. And then the lockout happened, and the next year it was 25,000. Then 26, 27, 29, 1998. That was the McGuire and Sosa home run chase. Back to 28, 29, 29, 28, 27. And then finally 2004 is when they reached 30,000 again. And they wouldn't reach 31,000 until 2006. So it took from 1994 to 2006, or you could say 2004 just to get to the 30,000 number, 10 years. 10 years to reach the same attendance figures before the lockout as it did after the lockout. It took 10 years to reach the pre-lockout numbers. And so if you think that baseball attendance is a good proxy for baseball popularity, and if you think baseball cards are very much correlated to baseball popularity, and both of these things I believe to be true, then this is a risk that people are not accounting for right now. Right now, like I said, vibes are good, but it sure doesn't seem like the players and the owners are going to come to an agreement easily. Now, could there be a lockout, but it starts during the offseason and then they sign an agreement in March or April, and then the season continues and starts even though there was a lockout? Absolutely. They could have an off-season lockout that delays the season maybe a couple weeks. They sign it, they have a shortened training camp, and then the season starts and everything's fine. Or 1994 can happen all over again, and they miss a significant part of the year. I guess in 1994 they ended the season early, but you got my point. They could very much delay the start of the season in a significant way, and that could severely impact baseball popularity and baseball fandom, which would have, in my opinion, a significant impact on baseball card popularity, and as a result, baseball card prices. And so you see all these indices. Oh, what happened here? You can see all these indices, and you could think like all this stuff is fine, but I'm not so sure that I would be buying baseball cards right now. Or if you are, you should be buying them with the idea of selling them within the next 9 to 10 months, I would say. I don't know that I'd want to be holding baseball cards in September or October of 2026 with more headlines and more discussion around the looming lockout, and having that almost overshadowing the end of the regular season and baseball playoffs and the World Series in 2026. So those are my thoughts on a risk to the baseball card market that I don't think is being properly priced in to card prices and the market as a whole right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for listening and watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.